Hey plant fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jaclynn. This is my jungle, and if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate you for still being here. So today I thought we would cover a topic that you guys always enjoy and is always really fun to talk about, and that is HOYA that I've killed. Some of these, honestly, more than once, and then I want to discuss the reasons why I probably didn't do well with them and whether or not I would buy them again. So if you guys have been around for a while, you'll probably recognize some of these from previous HOYA no-buy lists, but there are ones that I've, not necessarily completely changed my mind on, but ones that I have definitely given another chance, and I thought it would be fun to discuss some of that with you guys today. My sweatshirt today is also from Corey over at Rat Trap Artistry. You guys definitely need to go and check her out. She makes the coolest stuff. It says Rare Plant Collector on the front, and then this one has the Ghost Anthurium on the back. It's one of my favorites. This one is bleached. You can do them unbleached. You can do them in literally any color, whatever you want. Go and check her out over on Palm Street. I have a discount code for you guys to use as well. Use it while you still can. And we've got merch coming soon. She did my logo, so everything is going to be coming through her, so you might as well just go and follow her. Now we're going to be doing a giveaway over on Instagram, so follow both of us over on Instagram as well, Rat Trap Artistry. I'm the same, Jaclyn's Jungle, across all platforms, Palm Street, Instagram, here, all the things. But let's get into the video. Okay, so HOYA that I've killed, and some of these more than once. I think I have like 13 to talk about, and I'm almost 100% positive that I'm forgetting some. So there's probably more. These were just the ones that I could think of for this video. So first on the list is the HOYA Australis Lisa. And honestly, just like Australis in general, it seems like, because I've tried to grow the green one. I grew one called like Tanupis, I don't know. Tanupis just sounds funny. It's probably 10 UFPs or something. I don't know, you guys. It was a different Australis subspecies, and I killed that one too. So it's probably just the Australis species that I'm bad at, and it's probably because the leaves are on the thinner side. I think the roots on this one are pretty delicate. I probably overwatered these, thinking that because they were on the thinner side that they needed more water, but honestly, they always kind of just turned into mush. So I wasn't thinking that I was overwatering them, but apparently I've gotten a lot of that feedback from people and like just talking about this plant a lot on my channel and how I've killed it a bunch and how I won't buy it again. So a lot of people have said like it's been really easy for them to just grow and kind of ignore. So I think I was probably babying it too much, maybe, and that was the issue. But even with all of that information, I don't think that I'm ever going to be buying one again. This is one of those plants that when I see it, it just brings back that trauma of trying repeatedly to grow this plant and I bought this big, beautiful, bushy Australis Lisa, and I loved it. I love the colors. I love the variegation. I love the way it grows. It's beautiful. And watching it just like slowly die was really sad, and that happened a few times. So with certain plants, you definitely get to a point where you're just like, I just can't bring myself to do it again. So yeah, I won't buy any Australis. Like it's just a no for me. Even if it's a new subspecies that I haven't tried to grow before, I'll probably pass on it just because I don't want to risk growing something that has previously just not worked for me. And that's not really a bad thing. I think it's important for people to understand as plant collectors, having this as a hobby, that not every plant is going to work for you. Everybody has a different environment, a different way that they water and care for their plants, and it's okay to just like have certain plants that you don't want to grow. Just stick to the ones that work for you. And the Australis is just not a Hoya that works for me. And I feel like there are other ones that have similar colors to them that I can kind of satisfy that desire for that like tricolor with the cute little pink that the Lisa has with, I can get that with other Hoya, if that makes sense. Okay, so number 2 on my list today is the Hoya Sigillotus, and I love this one. I got this one when it was pretty new to the market, and I think part of the problem with this plant that I had was I always had a very small one, and it just always declined for me. It never did well, and it makes me really sad because I do still think it's really beautiful, and that is why I probably would try again. I actually saw a really cute hanging basket of it in Frizz Home when we went there. If you guys watch my plant shopping videos, I can leave it linked up here if you guys want to see it. That place is like pure chaos, but there's just so many hidden gems in there. They had a really beautiful little hanging basket of Hoya Sigillotus. It might have been a different species, subspecies, that seems like a thicker leaf. So I was like, kind of sad that I didn't buy it. And then a friend of mine said that they went and it wasn't there anymore. So there was no reason for me to go back and get it. But if I did find another one, I think it's like Sigillotus GPS maybe, or something. I'll put it on the screen, something along those lines. It's like a thicker, fatter, rounder leaf. So usually my issue with certain Hoya are like the thinner leaf Hoya. You'll recognize that kind of theme. So I think that obviously added to the reason why I wasn't good at growing the regular Sigillotus, but I would absolutely try again with the other subspecies just because I haven't yet. So there's just really no way for me to know if I'd be able to grow it. And another thing that I try to do, like I said, I had them as like just smaller babies. With certain Hoya that I've struggled with in the past, I will try to just get them as a more mature plant, and I've had more success with that, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later down the list. So Hoya Sigillotus is number 2 on my list of Hoya that I've killed more than once, but I love her. She's so pretty, so I would buy her again and try to grow her again, and I probably will at some point in time. Okay, fam. Number 3 is another beautiful one that I can't even tell you how many times I tried. And I was successful for like a little while. I even got it to bloom, and that is the Hoya Multiflora. I had the green one. I had a couple of variegated ones. Then I had the green one again, thinking, let me just like try again. They are super duper thin. If you were to ask me to name a super thin leaf Hoya, like the thinnest one I could think of, the Multiflora would probably be the first one that comes to mind, just because it's like more common than a lot of the other ones. And I don't know what they're called, but I know that they exist. They're just more leafy. They're less waxy, less succulent-y, and more leafy. And that's usually when I have an issue, because Hoya roots are very, very fine. They're very, very delicate. They don't tend to have big established root systems, especially not if they are a more immature plant. So not holding on to a lot of moisture in the roots and in the leaves simultaneously is just not a good combo for me. I remember my first Hoya ever too. It was a little Opovata. I put it in a freaking terracotta pot. And I totally killed it because I just couldn't get the watering right on it, and I don't recommend terracotta for your Hoya unless you're growing them like outside and they get watered really often. But it sucked all the water out of, it just sucked all the moisture out of the poor plant, and it didn't do well. It didn't do well in there. But again, you do you, boo-boo. Do what works for you. But Hoya Multiflora is one that I've killed multiple times. I did actually get it to bloom for me once, but then it died. So I would love to try again, and if I do try again with this one, I would probably get a larger plant, and I would probably not spend a lot of money on it and just kind of see what happens. So Hoya Multiflora, I've killed it a few times. Would I buy it again? Probably. Number 4 on my list of Hoya that I have killed more than once probably is, definitely for this one, is the HOYA latifolia Snow Queen. Snow Queen? Not really sure why that one specifically. I've tried multiple times, multiple different plants from multiple different sellers, and every single time it has failed for me. And while we're on latifolia, I also really struggle with the formerly known as Macrophylla albomarginata. So I don't do those anymore because I don't actually know why I killed them. And if I don't understand the why and like how to fix it, then like I'm not gonna buy it again because I'm probably just gonna kill it again because I don't know why it keeps dying and it's only these ones. I have so many other latifolia subspecies in my collection and they are so easy to grow. So I'm just like, why is it always specifically the Snow Queen and the Macrophylla? But I would love to know in the comments below if you guys have ever struggled. I get so many mixed comments about this plant, the Macrophylla, especially where it's either it's so easy for me, it grows like a dream, or other people also hate it and struggle with it. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I just know that I will never buy one again. Number 5 is another one that is a hard no for me. I'm just gonna come right out and say it, and it's the Croniana. HOYA Croniana. I just don't mess with her. We're not friends. We don't vibe. The vibes are not vibing between me and the Croniana, whether it's the silver one, the black one. It just seems that any Croniana in general, it grows really stupid. It's constantly dropping leaves, and you'll have like half a plant that's thriving and the other half that's dying in the same pot, and you're like, why? Just like, why? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So, and it's frustrating because I'm pretty sure it's very closely related to Lacanosa, if not like they might be the same plant, just like different subspecies, and we haven't really sorted that out scientifically yet, but that's just my personal opinion. Their blooms look nearly identical, but there are very few Lacanosa subspecies that I've struggled with. Majority of them I find to be really, really easy. But for some reason, the Croniana is just like a no. It's just a hard no. She's a no-go for me, you guys, because I will just become frustrated with her, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just buy and grow the plants that you enjoy. Don't try to force it, is what I'm going to tell you guys, because I can't even tell you how many times I have tried to just like grow a plant because I thought she was beautiful, but it wasn't working. And the Croniana is one of them. I had a huge hanging basket of her. She was gorgeous, and she's no longer with us. So HOYA Croniana is another one that I have killed many, many times and will never, ever buy again. Okay, number 6 on the list is a fun one, and it is the HOYA Sunrise. And I for sure killed this one a bunch of times, and I still maintain that I think that Obscura is better and easier to grow. That's my personal opinion. That has just been the case for me. I prefer the Obscura, but not that long ago, I did find a really cute little basket of HOYA Sunrise, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try again. And I'm definitely not mad that I did, because look at how freaking cute she is. She gets her name Sunrise, obviously, from the way that she sun stresses, and she's been great for me. If anything, her new leaves coming out in my care are like super duper splashy and super duper gorgeous. So I think that the mistake I probably made with this in the past was buying a smaller plant. And this is one of those circumstances where just getting a larger, more established one with a more mature root system was a better scenario for me because I just water her like maybe every 2 weeks. Most of my Hoya hanging baskets, I try to remember to water them at least 2 or 3 times a month. Pretty inconsistent with it, I'm not gonna lie, because all the hanging baskets have to be brought to like the sink or the shower to be watered, and it's a little bit more of a task than the rest of them, but that's why I have some Hoya that do really well if you don't water them as soon as you should. So Hoya Sunrise is one that I've killed this one multiple times, but I've had this one now for a few months. I got her at House by the Side of the Road in New Hampshire here, and she's been doing really well for me. She's got tons of new growth, like tons of new growth. She's got all these new vines, tons of new vines coming from the back, hanging down here, and you guys know I love a good trailing Hoya, and I love a good sun stressy Hoya, so this was one that I don't know, I saw it, I wasn't really planning on trying with it again, but it wasn't one that was like on my no-buy list either, so I got another one, Hoya Sunrise. Killed her many times, but here she is, thriving and alive this time. Okay, fam, so number 7 on my list is the Hoya Caudata Sumatra, and she's so pretty. She's so pretty, and I can't even tell you how many times I've killed this plant, like more than 3 at least, because it's been like over the last like 6 or 7 years that I've tried to grow this plant out multiple times and failed. I even got it to give me a peduncle and start to give me a bloom, but it never opened, which is a bummer because they have really cute, like fuzzy, weird, hairy blooms, and they are definitely more common than they used to be, so they're easier to find, but I think it's just because they're like the thinner leaf. They have very, very thin, like wiry kind of stems. So do I have to explain it again? Like I just don't do well sometimes with these types of Hoya because I don't always remember to water them. So when it does come to like the thinner leaf Hoya, what I try to do is get them bigger, more mature, and keep them in a spot where it's easy for me to water them, because that is definitely a thing for me. If it's all the way in a difficult spot that feels hard for me to water it, I'm probably gonna water it less because, well, probably because of executive dysfunction, but it's just the reality of the situation. So Caudata Sumatra is super duper cute, and I know lots of people have tons of success with her, so it's definitely a me thing. And I acknowledge that I am the problem here. I probably would buy it again if I found one that I really loved. It's not something that I'm actively looking for, but if I happened across one that was like really healthy and really big and really mature and nice, with some peduncles on it already and like blooms, like I don't know if I'd be able to say no. These fungus gnats are driving me crazy. There's so many of them right now because, sidebar, one of my snakes is like a more tropical kind of snake, and so he likes a lot of humidity and moisture, so I try to keep his substrate nice and moist for him because he did shed recently and it was a perfect shed. Nothing got stuck because the humidity was right in there, but I used cocoa coir for their substrate, so the fungus gnats, they decided to take up residence in his enclosure because I don't put any of the pesticides in their enclosure. So they managed to find like the moist substrate that I wasn't treating, and they went nuts in there. And my poor snake, I gotta clean his water out like every day because it's just like floating fungus gnat soup, which is unfortunate for everyone. So when I get back from Tennessee, because we're going to Tennessee in a couple of days, I will be putting nematodes out in here and obviously changing out his substrate. It's really good. I love it. They're just literally everywhere right now. They're driving me crazy. Stop. Please stop. Whew. Okay. Everything's fine. It's fine. Hoya caudata Sumatra. I have killed it like a handful of times, and I would probably buy it again if I found one that was just really speaking to me. Okay, so number 8 on my list is one of my favorites. So if you're new here, you might be surprised that I previously killed this thing multiple times, and that is the Hoya Hushkliana. As you can see, she's alive and well. I actually just recently took some cuttings from her, so she got a little bit of a haircut, and I'm hoping that's going to help her just like branch out and bush out a little bit. This is my Hoya Hushkliana inner variegated, and I love her. If I put her in a little bit brighter light, she would get more of this like pink blushing to her leaves, which is why I don't really get all that sad about the Australis Lisa, because I think this one is actually a lot cuter, and I love the way that she grows. I love the way that she trails. I love her cute little baby leaves. And I also have the outer variegated version of her, which is this guy right here. Look at how cute it is. So like the variegation is not as striking because it's just around the edges. I'm probably gonna propagate her actually right here, but look at how cute. So previously what had happened with this plant is that it is a little bit on the thinner side. It's kind of why she's so cute and trailing though. So what I decided to do was actually just have a bigger plant of it, and I did really well growing this one out for a while, so I felt comfortable snagging this one when it was a baby because I wanted to try again with her. And this time what I did was I kept her really close by. I kept her actually on the shelves in here with my anthurium, so she got watered on the same schedule as my anthurium, and she did really, really well with it. But now that she's getting a little bit bigger, I did move her out of here and I put her in my Hoya cabinet in the living room, and she's just really cute and sits in there and chills in there. And I'm going to propagate her probably and just have this cute little bushy babe. Love her. So Hoya Hushkliana, one that I've killed in the past but refused to give up on because she's just so stinking cute, and I'm so glad that I didn't give up on her. Okay, so number 9 on my list of Hoya that I've killed a bunch of times, sadly, is the Hoya Bella. And as much as I love her, she's another one with just like those thin leaves. Yeah, I kill her, and I kill her often. And it makes me sad because I really like her a lot. And I think her blooms are really stinking cute. And if I find a big hanging basket of her, I would probably buy her again. But I have a couple of smaller ones that are constantly struggling because I just can't keep them well watered. I need a larger plant because it just holds on to the moisture for longer. It usually has a more established root system, and it's just a better scenario for me. So Hoya Bella is another one that I have killed multiple times, continue to struggle with to this day. But if I found a really nice big hanging basket of it, I would probably snag it because, I don't know, maybe I'm a masochist or maybe I'm just really determined. Okay, so number 10 on my list is the Hoya Spardioides, and this one is weird. It's definitely a unique Hoya, that's for sure, and I like a good weird plant. But every time that I've tried to grow this one, it just eventually dies because, I don't know, it doesn't have leaves or it doesn't have stems. Like, it's weird. It's weird, and not in a bad way. It's just not one that I think that I would want to get again. And the main reason for that is because I just feel like there are similar looking to a degree. It definitely has a unique growth pattern, but I am a big fan of this guy right here. This is the Hoya insularis, and it kind of has a similar vibe to the Spardioides without being as much of a pain in the butt. I'm going to assume the same thing with the Spardioides with other Hoya that I've struggled with, and it's just because of the thinner leaves, the more fragile roots. This is not as thin as it seems. Like, these are actually pretty thick, hardy leaves, and they're really stinking cute. Really weird looking as well. And I do actually just kind of recommend this one instead. But that's my personal experience and my personal opinion, obviously. So would I buy another Spardioides? Probably not, but I don't feel like I need to because I really, really enjoyed this one. I think it's super cute. I haven't decided if I want to like just let it hang and be weird or if I want to put it up on a trellis. Let me know if you have this one in the comments below and whether I should let it trail or just like let it be a weird trellised babe. So Spardioides, it's not cheap either, so no, I probably won't buy another one. Okay, so number 11 on my list probably shouldn't be surprising because it's the HOYA linearis, and I love her so much. She's so stinking cute, but I always end up struggling with her. I kept one really happy for a while. Now I just have some cuttings and water over there that I don't even feel like grabbing because they're all like tangled up with other stuff. But I can keep it alive in water. It's just when it's in soil that it struggles. So maybe this is one of those ones that you do in pond or something along those lines. But yeah, HOYA linearis is one that I've killed a few times, and it's sad because she's not easy to find, especially in like a larger basket. And yeah, she's also just really prone to mealybugs, and I'm not sure why. Like every single time I've had one, even if I keep her separate from the rest of my HOYA, she just always gets mealybugs, and she has these really delicate little like fuzzy leaves that pop off easily. So when you get in there and you try to clean it, like this is another one of those plants where I feel like I just have trauma. Every time I see it, I just see like the mealybug infested strands of like half naked vines, and it's just but like I would probably still buy another one if I found it and it was a good price because I love it. It's so pretty, and in my head I'm just so determined to have like a big beautiful basket of it that I don't think I'll ever stop trying. Okay, so number 12 is kind of obscure. I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about this one. A lot of people aren't really interested in collecting this one, but it was one that I always really thought was pretty. And when I finally got my hands on it, I was very excited to grow it. But unfortunately, it just never did well for me. And I thought that maybe it was because I was growing it from a cutting the first time. So I did try again with a more mature plant, and I killed that one too. And that is the HOYA Erythrostema. So I bought another one. I'm gonna skip right ahead. I've killed the green one twice, but your girl thought that it was gonna be a solid idea to just spend a lot of money on a much larger and much prettier, where are you? Silver version of it. And I actually just chopped her. She got a big chop, so I have a bunch of cuttings of her that will be available soon. And I've had her for a few weeks, and actually she's been totally fine. So I think that it was probably just me neglecting the plant back in the day. I like to believe that these days I am a much more responsible plant parent than I used to be. I'm much more on top of keeping track of watering my plants and just staying on top of what they need in general. It's a lot easier for me now that we moved here, and I have just like a whole room that's for me, and I just try to keep it organized in here. It's usually not, but like it's much more organized than any other situation I've had before, so that just really helps me actually care for my plants. And I've gotten to a place where I've just kind of dwindled my collection down to the things that work for me and the things that I really love growing, so I don't mind a little bit of extra work, a little extra watering here and there. Because I got used to watering more frequently with my anthurium, a lot of my HOYA get less neglected as well. I used to let them go really, really dry, and sometimes I still do because I just forget because I don't water them as frequently as my anthurium, so they're not always on the same schedule. So sometimes I accidentally skip a HOYA watering because I'm like, I watered, but wait, no, I didn't water the Hoya. So this one has been doing really, really well for me. Again, this is Erythrostema. This is the silver version, and she's super stinking cute. And yeah, I've killed her a bunch of times before, but not this time, girl. Not this time. The leaves on this one they're just not as thin as I remember them being. I don't know if the green one was different or if it was just the specimens that I had were especially very thin. She's definitely not like thick. She's still a little bendy, but she's not super duper like leaf thin, like regular foliage leaf thin. So yeah, so far so good on the Hoya Erythrostema, even though I've killed this thing I feel like I gotta cover her ears when I say it. I've killed this a few times. Okay, fam, so last but definitely not least, number 13 on my list today is another one that I really love. I really love him. He's so cute, and it's the Hoya Thomsonii. They're just these tiny little fuzzy leafed thing. I love it. I think he's so stinking cute, but he never does well for me, like ever. I think I sold my last little bit that I had left to somebody in an effort for like maybe them to like do well with it, but no, I don't think I'll buy him again either. There's quite a few, but if you are interested in my Hoya no-buy list, I can link that up here for you. It's a little bit older. I kind of remember what's on there. Probably some of these ones as well that I was like a hard no on, but people seem to really enjoy that video. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely go and check it out. And I hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these. What would be on your list of Hoya that you've killed, but maybe you'd be willing to try again, or just never, ever, ever. I don't know, certain ones, I just look at them and I'm like, nope, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I hope that you guys had fun today. If you did, you should definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. Go and check out my girl Corey over at Rat Trap Artistry over on Palm Street. Come hang out with me as well. I sell plants. We hang out. We get really weird and goofy sometimes, and I love it. And yeah, if you watched this whole entire video, leave me some... Are there motorcycle emojis? Because I think 700 of them have gone by in the time that I've tried to film this video. I love you guys so, so very much. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are out there in the world. And I also hope that I see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, there goes another one.